welcome to the Hear Me Out podcast. I am your host, PJ, and I'm here with
Lana.
Aoife.
The topic of discussion today is conspiracy theories. Now, has anyone ever heard of conspiracy theories?
I think everyone's heard of conspiracy theories.
Well, I didn't know, okay? So, you know what? What's your favorite conspiracy theory then?
Aliens.
What if aliens don't...
Everything about aliens, are they real?
No.
Did they build
Yes.
the pyramids?
No.
Yes.
What's in Area 51?
It's a military base.
Aliens.
We don't know that.
Right. About the pyramids, right? I know a lot of people think that aliens built the pyramids. Why would they build the pyramids? I'll ask you that.
I don't know, like maybe they just visited Earth and felt like
So they visited Earth, built a couple pyramids,
do
and
you
then
think
was like,
built the
I'm away
pyramids?
off here. Like,
Just like
Who
I'm a
do you
dip.
think built the pyramids?
it was clearly humans.
Why did they build them?
Yeah.
Probably as a marker for lost travelers. I don't know.
No, I think it was used more as tombs for dead pharaohs.
Probably, yeah.
Well, how did they build the pyramids?
By using ancient technology.
What is this ancient technology?
I don't know. I don't know the specific names of it, but like, excuse me, it would have been more like something not cranes, but what we use to evolve cranes. Like that we would have used like heavy blocks as counterweights, ropes, like wood and stuff, like all that there, correct?
I think what actually happened was they actually got people who were slaves at the time, and they had to drag the blocks up by
Yeah.
hand.
Well, that would be very heavy though.
They're
It
very
would,
heavy blocks.
But they didn't care.
Well, to be honest, I could see where yous are coming from with aliens, but unfortunately, aliens don't exist.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Name me one thing of evidence that aliens exist.
The O'Hare International Airport.
What's that then?
There was a flight going from Chicago to North Carolina when an employee that was out on the tarmac saw a metallic craft hovering over gate C-17 for like 5 minutes, and he wasn't the only one. There was like 12 other people that seen it, and all of a sudden it shoots up into the sky. It leaves like a big rip in the clouds. And
So you
everything
think
goes
they would
blank.
just stay for 5 minutes and then just go
Yeah,
back?
Well, it's
like,
a
see you
UFO.
later. I'm dipping.
What was it?
Maybe that was their spaceship while they were on Earth.
What was it? And it wasn't caught on the radars.
It could be hallucinations.
12 people.
Joint hallucinations.
Do you know how much fumes planes let off?
It's not a plane. It's a UFO.
But you said they were on an airport, right?
Yeah,
Where planes land and take off?
but it's like a big. It was described as a big round saucer.
So why would they be at that specific airport then? What, like
I
what's
don't know, maybe they were
what's
just chilling about.
like? It's the same thing with Area 51. People think aliens are in Area 51. No, it's just a research facility.
We don't know that.
But
It
the
wasn't-
government has to keep it private for some
But
reason.
it wasn't confirmed as an Air Force base until 2013.
What do you think?
I honestly don't care.
That's fair. Like Area 51, I promise you, is just a research
But
facility.
you haven't been there.
How do you know?
Well, maybe there is aliens, maybe there isn't, but maybe it's just a decoy for the actual base where they do keep aliens and they do test.
That's a good theory.
Is it?
Yeah, because now everyone knows about Area 51. What if they moved the aliens to somewhere else?
Oh yeah, so they did that so secretly that no one could
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe in the UFO.
see it. In a UFO.
Maybe in a UFO.
Maybe they went over the airport.
In a flying saucer.
Yes.
Yeah, because they exist, don't they?
But we don't know what they're doing in Area 51.
Researching jets probably for, you know, the likes of World War III that could happen or anything.
Well, we don't know for sure.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
You haven't been there.
You've never been there.
How do you? Well, yes, no, I haven't. I haven't been there, but I just know, cause it's common sense.
Nothing's been confirmed.
Nothing's.
But wait, if the government's keeping it a secret, then how are we supposed to know?
Well, we don't know anything the government's doing. Like-
Exactly.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
they could be experimenting on aliens that just came onto Earth.
Like,
It's not E.T.
Well,
E.T. brilliant movie, by the way.
Yes.
But it's like with the recent like forest fires that's happening, like with the recent fires that's happening in LA. There's a crap ton of
big
conspiracy theories happening with that, what to do with the government, and we don't know anything about it.
That's very controversial to get into.
Well, yes, let's not get into that, but right. So aliens built these pyramids, right? But let's get back on
Yes.
topic, right? Number one, how would they build the pyramids but different to humans?
Their UFOs can probably pick up things and just
Maybe they're really strong.
yeah. What
If
if it's like Thanos?
so, right.
Yeah.
If aliens were to exist, why would they be any different to us?
Because they don't live in the same planet.
They probably
But if a planet is habitable, it would be
It would be different environments.
yeah, they could have different.
Besides,
options.
there is the point that if aliens existed, they would breathe like a completely different air to us.
Yeah, they would have different.
So they wouldn't
oxygen
survive
levels,
long on Earth.
probably. Yeah,
if aliens did exist, they would be very similar to us.
I don't think so.
Yes.
But aliens are just
They'd be Superman.
aliens are like
Exactly. So then they can build the pyramids.
yeah.
I
Superman
don't
did
even
not
think-
build the pyramids.
Superman could have built the pyramids.
Superman.
No.
We're getting off topic here.
Superman could not have built the pyramids. I'm just
What
putting that
about
out there.
Megamind?
Megamind.
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 You're sitting next to him.
Could be. I could be.
I could be an alien and you would have no idea.
I think you could be an alien.
Thank you. You already are an alien.
That's
Thank
not
you very
nice, like-
much.
So right, aliens built the pyramids.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
That's still gonna be
Again, why?
Well, aliens point up into some star.
The pyramids.
Formation.
The pyramids.
Pyramids. Sorry. Pyramids form into some formation.
What? So you think it's gonna be like some portal or something, or
Maybe it
Could
leads to
be.
their home.
it leads to their home?
Yeah.
Maybe.
E.T. come home.
You come home.
It leads
It's
to their home.
directions to their home.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe that's the first place they saw.
Then another
and
thing
they were
that
like,
could lead to their home would be the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
It could be.
We built the Eiffel Tower.
I know.
Were you there?
Evidence of that.
you
Okay,
did
no,
not
I-
build the Eiffel Tower.
I did not build the Eiffel Tower. No, but
Okay,
humans did.
We know humans built the Eiffel Tower, but what if?
The Statue of Liberty.
What if?
Oh, no.
What if those humans are aliens in disguise?
How would that be possible?
They can put on a human suit.
They could transform. Into
Maybe they're
us.
magic.
This
Maybe
is
they're-
the same way skinwalkers are real too, yeah?
Skinwalkers.
If we get on topic of
There's a
skinwalkers.
lot of controversy about skinwalkers.
Is there?
Have you seen the videos about them?
Yeah,
No.
they're obviously staged though.
Yeah.
We don't know that. We don't know.
We don't know that for sure.
Yous are very delusional, aren't you?
I like to believe.
Like
You like to believe. What do you like to believe?
Believe.
Well,
I like to have an open mind.
what's your opinion on ghosts then?
I think they're real. I think there's something out there.
What do you think about ghosts?
Honestly, if they're real, cool. If they're not real, that's fine.
That's fair enough.
Like, as we went on a ghost trail with, you know the way I'm part of that youth club
Yeah.
in Cookstown. We went on this tour to Derry. It's meant to be about like all the troubles and stuff like that, but we weren't interested in that. Like he told one ghost story and all of us pricked up. So then he took us on the ghost trail instead, and apparently he took us to like these abandoned houses, and apparently they're all haunted and stuff like that. And apparently one of the bars in Derry, I'm not too sure about this, so don't quote me, but apparently it's one of the most haunted bars in the world or something like that. And there's like been reports of like drinks just spilling out of nowhere and stuff like that.
So you think ghosts are real?
I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe in spirits.
Yeah.
I like the ghosts. If they are real, they're not gonna be like white shadows, because that's impossible.
No.
Yeah, they're not gonna have like tablecloths over them.
Yeah, like they're, it's not Halloween.
But I think that's just something we come up with because
It's a way to
Human
humanize. It's a way to humanize ghosts.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
personification. It's called English GCSE. I have it.
wow.
No, but ghosts. It's an interesting topic to talk about ghosts.
I think there's definitely something out there.
There's so many different, like, So many different places that are haunted.
Like the Queen Mary.
Stanley Hotel.
At 3 a.m.
Don't go there at 3 a.m.
What?
Don't go there
Don't
at
call
3
up
a.m.
Queen Mary at 3 a.m.
I'm just saying right now, the 3 a.m. videos I've seen online, all
no, they're
fake.
All
definitely
real.
fake.
They're all real.
First of all, you were saying ghosts are not real, and now you're believing them?
No, I'm saying spirits aren't real.
No,
Or
there-
sorry, I'm saying ghosts aren't real, but spirits are.
There's something out there.
Like
Because
we, for example, this isn't on the wee sheet here, but I think there's spirits around Titanic.
Titanic.
Yes, because there has to like.
what do you mean, like Titanic down in the ocean or?
Yes,
Titanic
like in the ocean
Belfast?
that we can't recover. Like if we recovered the Titanic back in the early days, surely there would have been something up with it.
Probably.
Like there would have been something, because a lot of people died in the Titanic. I can't remember the exact digit, but
Nearly
Definitely
everyone.
over like
Nearly
1,000 or
everyone.
something.
no, it's nowhere near 1,000. I think it was like 148 or something like that.
Swear, I don't know, but it
Like
was a lot of people.
it was a lot of people, yes. So therefore, there has to be something about it. Like on the Stanley Hotel, I don't know about that. What is that?
It's like the most haunted hotel in
America.
or
It's in
the
America.
world.
Well,
But it
yeah,
could be
it's in
the
America,
world.
but like, is it the most haunted hotel in the
There's-
world,
Yeah.
or
It could be. I'm not 100%.
Stephen King stayed there, and that's where he wrote the book The Shining.
Yeah.
The Shining Hotel. That's what it's based on.
so? Is it haunted because he read The
No,
Shining
like-
in it, or
Well, I don't know if I believe that there is ghosts in there, but it definitely got more popular after his book was released and the
Yeah.
Well-
movie.
Yeah, but The Shining is just a movie.
That's true, but
But he
There ain't
went
zombies
to
like
that.
that. He went to that hotel, and he was inspired to write that. So
Yeah.
maybe he did see something.
They offered
something
it.
must have happened.
Yeah.
or maybe he just heard stories of like.
But
Maybe-
he was definitely
that is
inspired by the Stanley Hotel, so there's stories around it, or something might have happened.
And
to
there were
him.
stories before he even stayed there. So
Yeah.
maybe he saw something while he was there.
So the Stanley Hotel, most haunted hotel in the world,
Yeah.
and the author or
Mhm.
the movie writer,
Stephen King,
Stephen
the
King.
author.
Stephen King. Right. Okay.
Thinking.
He stayed there and he read The Shining.
Yeah.
Well, I personally never watched The Shining.
I haven't either.
It's very good.
I need to watch it.
You do.
But
I'm not a big fan of horror movies.
Oh.
I like the Halloween series though. They're
Oh,
sick.
Halloween's good.
They're sick. But staying on the topic of ghosts.
the Stanley Hotel,
I don't know.
there's so many sightings,
Yeah.
like
Crazy.
stories.
Everyone
There's
that's
so-
ever stayed there has said they've seen
they
something.
have a story.
Even if
Crazy.
they're skeptics like you, they still say that they've seen something weird.
Well, even like I think a paranormal, like everyone has a story about a paranormal activity,
Yeah.
some way, shape, or form. Like if you were to ask someone, "Oh, do you believe in ghosts?" Like, I don't think I've ever heard someone actually say no.
That's true.
Like everyone has their own adaptation of it.
So there's something.
But anyway, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. Tune back into episode 2, where we talk about the Titanic. Bye bye.
Should have done a better